Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly videos. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing my videos. Okay, so this is a really quick video for today and the message is you are the expert. Alright, so the way that this came about is about 1 week ago, I did a speech as a guest speaker at a Toastmasters club, and this topic that I chose was how to build self-awareness. So just to give you guys some background on building self-awareness, this is something that I'm passionate about because it goes hand in hand with self-development. It's something that I wrote a workshop on. I actually have a video on this channel about how to build self-awareness. So the reason I share that is just to share with you guys that it's something I'm passionate about and it's something I'm knowledgeable on. However, the day before I went to speak, I started having these condemning thoughts like, no one really cares about what you have to say, you're not going to deliver the speech well, etc. And in another video, I'm going to talk about condemning thoughts and where they come from and that they are not our thoughts. But moving on from that, I started having these condemning thoughts, which is really just an attack on my mind to get me to bow out from like speaking and from inspiring people, which is what I'm here to do. So anyways, that same day I started thinking about it in a different way, that I am not there to deliver a perfect speech. I'm not there to have all the perfect vocabulary and have zero filler words, and I'm not there to entertain an audience and to be perfect. I'm there to show up and be my authentic self and be transparent and educate people with what I know and to inspire them. And I think that we just often forget that we are the expert when it comes to whatever it is we are passionate about and knowledgeable on. And sometimes we just let the thought of rejection or criticism and just what other people think stop us from pursuing what we want to pursue. And so I had this friend who was a stylist, and she was getting ready to start her website for her styling, and she's really into sustainable fashion. And basically she was just like, I'm really nervous because I don't know, what are people gonna think? And I was like, okay, well, just forget for a moment that you're even putting it out there. Just forget all about that and just focus on your craft. Do you know what you're talking about? And she was like, yeah, like, of course she knows what she's talking about because she's passionate about styling and about sustainable fashion. So she can tell you a whole lot about this topic that the average person couldn't. So I was like, okay, so you know that you know what you're talking about. You are the expert here. And compared to the general population, you know more than them when it comes to this field. So I'm not saying that we are the number one experts and that we know everything and that we have to let that get to our heads and think that we know everything, but I'm just saying that whatever it is that you are passionate about, whether it's your career or your craft, whatever it is that you spend a lot of time and energy on and passion, that you know more than the general population does when it comes to that topic. So really, people do want to hear what you have to say and they want your expertise. And so whether it's you starting a blog or a website or a YouTube channel or a business, or you're taking on a client and you start having these thoughts of, well, what are people really going to think about this? Or do they really care about what I have to say? And it's just so normal to you, but to them, it's like, oh, I don't know a lot about this. I also know someone else who he wanted to start like a business for baking like vegan goods, and he was the same thing, like, what are people going to think of me? But I'm like, you know what you're talking about. You are passionate about veganism and you're passionate about baking and about being able to eat the same things that everyone else can eat, but in a form of vegan form, and you're passionate about having other people take on the same lifestyle as you. So you know what you're talking about. We can't all be an expert at everything. So I can tell you for sure that if, you know, when this girl puts out her website when it comes to her styling and sustainable fashion, she knows way more than I do, and I'm going to find it very interesting. Oh, tell me about that. I don't know about sustainable fashion or how to dress for your body type or the vegan treats. Like, I don't know how to bake vegan treats. Like, I'm sure that I could learn, but you are the expert here. So I think that we just forget that we know more than we think that we do. And if this is something that we're passionate about and that we've put a lot of time and energy in, then we do know more than the average person when it comes to this topic, and they are interested in hearing about it. I think it's really just the whole rejection factor that kind of gets in our heads when we're actually going to be putting it out there, because when you're now offering your service or you're speaking about it or whatever it is, you're sharing your knowledge, that puts us in a position to be rejected or for people to like challenge challenge us or criticize us. And that's okay. And to be honest, that's gonna happen anyways in some form or another. But at the end of the day, like, you are the expert. You know what you're talking about. You know that you know what you're talking about. Now you just have to get past the whole part of putting yourself out there. So that's really it for this video. I just wanted to share with you guys and remind you that you know more than you think you do. You are the expert and people care about your craft. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for sharing this with someone who needs it, for liking it, subscribing to my channel on YouTube, following me on Instagram, all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.